Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. With this video, I'm going to bring you guys a Maliss deck profile, and this is post crossover breakers. If you guys want to see the combos, it's going to be in the top right corner. But we're going to get started here with 2 copies of Chessy Cat. So you're going to see here with the Maliss monsters, they're able, when they're banished, they're able to get themselves out, and then they have an effect, a bonus effect after that, and they have an effect while they're on the board. So for instance, Maliss Chessy Cat here, any monster destroyed by battle with a Maliss Link monster that points to this card is banished. And then during your main phase, you can banish 1 Maliss card from your hand and draw 2 cards. And if this card is banished, you pay 300, get it out. So you're going to see that pattern with these cards as well. But we're going to run 2 copies of Chessy Cats because it's not really an extender. It does get you 2 draws, which is nice. But you really want it just for the name. And getting those draws is good when you get it. But besides that, it's not like the most ideal card to start out with. But we do have 3 copies of Maliss White Rabbit. This card's pretty insane because when it is normal or special summon, you can set 1 Maliss Trap from your deck, and usually the one you want to go for, depending on where you start, it's TB11 just to extend your combos. But then we have 3 copies of Dormouse, which is arguably the better Maliss monster here, because it'll allow you to banish a Maliss monster from your deck, which usually is going to be White Rabbit, because then you can go to White Rabbit and activate its effect here in order to set whatever trap you may need. But besides that, the deck doesn't really need anything else. You could just run a bunch of hand traps, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're running 3 copies of Nibiru. We're running 3 copies of Bestial Druid Worm because, you know, you do have cards that actually like being banished, so you could just banish your own Maliss monsters, get them out. Same thing with Dimension Shifter. It's very annoying for your opponent to have to deal with, but for you, it's not a problem. Then we have Code of Soul here. That's an amazing extender, while also giving you the ability to link summon during your opponent's turn. Then we have Mathmech Sigma that is actually searchable, and again another extender for the deck. 3 copies of Ash Blossom because it is a powerful hand trap. 1 copy of Dotscaper, again another extender. If it's banished, you can special summon it onto the board. Then we have 3 copies of Effect Veiler, again standard hand traps. 3 copies of Cyanide Minding. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard and add 1 level 4 lower Cypress monster from your deck to your hand. So you can see you really want to search into your Maliss monsters in case you don't get them. This is a great way to get them out. Terraforming for the field spell. Then we have 3 copies of Maliss and Underground. When this card is activated, you can banish 1 Maliss card from your hand, deck, or grave. So from there, you can just use it to go into a 1-card combo, as you can just go into one of your Maliss, Dormouse, or White Rabbit, and then extend from there. Then we have 1 copy of Maliss GWC06. As you can activate this card, the turn it was set by banishing 1 face of Maliss monster you control. You're going to see that with your Maliss traps, is that you can actually activate them their turn they're set, and that's important for extending your plays. But if you can special summon 1 of your Maliss monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, then if you control a Maliss Link monster, you can gain life points equal to the original attack of that special summon monster. So you're going to be losing a lot of life points to your Maliss monster's effects, and this is a great way of getting it back. With Maliss TB11 here, you can special summon 1 Maliss monster from your deck, or if your opponent controls 3 or more cards, you can special summon 1 Maliss Link monster from your extra deck instead. So again, another extender for the deck. MTP07 lets you search something out. Not only that, but you're actually going to be able to banish a card in the field, which is pretty great, and you're going to see a lot of the combos here. If you guys saw the combos video, you want to go into your White Rabbit just to search this out during your opponent's turn, and then just banish the White Rabbit or banish something on the board, and 3 copies of Imperm because Imperm is just a great hand trap. Alright guys, before I go to the extra deck, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and consider becoming a patron. For just $5 a month, you can help support the channel and influence the type of content I create. But besides that, we're going to get started here with Cyber's Desave Worm. So this is usually just going to be a card that you want to pitch here using our Neo Tempest Terahertz. As you can pitch it, and then when your opponent activates a spell trap card or effect where you control a Link 4 or higher Cyber's monster, you can banish this card from your field or grave and negate the activation. So it's just an Omni Negate that you just have in the grave that you get through the Neo Tempest Terahertz. Speaking of which, this is going to be one of your best beaters. It can just get pretty beefy, and it'll negate effects during the battle phase, which isn't super relevant, but sometimes it can be, and that's great. Firewall Dragon is great for just extending your plays, but also for bouncing some things back onto the hand. And then we have the Maliss Heart Scripter that can be a form of disruption, and it can also get pretty beefy, and because of our field spell here, it forces your opponent to attack into your Maliss Link monsters. This can be pretty difficult for your opponent to have to deal with. Then we have Transcode Talker here. While this card is co-linked, then it is co-linked monsters gain 500 attack. Also, your opponent cannot target any of them with card effects, so that can be pretty annoying, but normally you're just going to be using this to target a Link 3 or lower Cyber's Link monster in your graveyard and special summon into a zone this card points to. Then we have Maliss Red Ransom here. While this card points to a monster, the original attack and defense of all of your opponent's effect monsters, they switch, so it's going to be pretty annoying for your opponent to have to deal with that. But when it's special summon, you can add 1 Maliss spell card from your deck to your hand, and currently that is just a field spell. Then we have White Binder here, which is a very flexible card for the extra deck here and for Maliss. If this card is special summon, you can target up to 3 3 cards in any graveyard and banish them. And that's usually just going to be your Maliss cards, but you can also use it to disrupt your opponent's plays. And then during your main phase, you can set 1 Maliss trap from your deck or grave. And if this card is banished, you can pay 900 life points, special summon it, and draw a card. Then we have SP Little Knight. It's SP Little Knight. Splash Mage here is an extender. We have our Haggard Lizardos in order to banish 1 monster face up on the field or grave with 2000 or less attack. Kind of an extender here, as you're going to be banishing your Maliss monsters that are in the grave. Then we have Cyber's Whiz Kid here. If a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to while you control this card, you can banish 1 Cyber's monster in your graveyard and add 1 Cyber's tuner from your deck to your hand. Usually the target for this is just Mathmech Sigma, just to extend your plays again. Hippie Masquerena here, go into the SP Little Knight. G-Goal and Crystal Heart, as you've seen in the combos, is just going to be able to get your monsters back into the board. Usually a target for that is Transco Talker. We have our Link Spider here in case we get a Nibiru token that we want to use for any other plays. And then Link Decoder here, again, just to kind of replace itself, but also it can bring itself back into the board and then extend your Link plays. And in the side deck here, we have cards that I considered running. Access Code Talker, it just kind of fits the whole Cyber's theme, and it is an amazing beater, but decided not to run it, as I'd rather just have more consistent plays with these other Cyber's monsters. And the third, Chessy Cat, which I don't think is really that necessary because you don't really need it to start a combo, and it's just going to be a great way of just getting a few draws, which you're easily able to search out the other 2 copies. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.